leveraging that website, that digital tool, as a way that you can direct traffic to those in-person networking local meetups for them to learn more and stay connected to you after that event is a great strategy to bring in new leads. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the Modern Direct Seller Podcast. I am so thrilled you're here with me today. I am so excited to bring an episode, a solo episode for that matter, back to you about how to generate more leads and how to do that outside of social media. I hear so often from my community, and I feel it myself, that we're frustrated. We're creating really great content on social media, and those algorithms are not playing nice. We're not getting the visibility that we deserve when we're creating really, really strong content, even when we use those great call to actions and we encourage people to comment and engage, and we're really trying to move that social content beyond just a post into a conversation. We're still getting frustrated. We're still facing the battle of getting our content seen and generating new leads, because ultimately showing up on social media is all about building your personal brand. And in doing that, you also, let's be real, we're there to build a business, right? We want to bring in new leads because we know that those new leads are going to turn into new customers. And when we have new customers, good things happen. If you're in a party plan business, then you can get a new host. And if you're a team builder, you can build a team. All of those things, when you bring in a new customer, you know the value of the lifetime of having that customer. So getting in new leads, getting in front of new faces is so absolutely critical to our business. And social media is just one of the places that we can do that. But oftentimes we believe that it's the only place for us to find new leads. And we find ourselves kind of spiraling down these scroll holes and spending time trying to come up with new social media strategies to trick the algorithm to get more visibility. But the reality is there are other ways to bring in new leads beyond just what you're doing on social media. Now, social media is certainly a piece of the puzzle. It is not going anywhere. Social is free. It's a free place for us to play, to connect, to build community. And that's certainly a place that we want to be showing up to grow our network and get in front of new people. Yet, we don't want to be reliant on it. A question that I ask direct sellers often is how much of your business is reliant on social media? So take a minute and think about this. If social media disappeared tomorrow, right? You didn't have your Facebook account, you didn't have your Instagram, your TikTok, all of those different places, what % of your business would go away? And this is a little bit of a scary thought, to be honest, right? If you maintain relationships and connections with people through Instagram DMs, Facebook PMs, and those communities you're managing are within platforms, you're playing on somebody else's turf, right? We know that things can change in a heartbeat, and hopefully nobody gets locked out of their account or platforms don't close down completely. But we also know that we have to diversify how we're showing up. We have to safeguard our business. We don't want all of our eggs in the social media bucket. And social selling is alive and well, and we'll have a different episode to talk all about social selling. But today, we're going to get into how to generate leads. So we're talking about 7 different strategies that I've identified to bring in new leads to your business. Because if you're listening to this podcast right now, my guess is that you are looking to get new customers, right? So we have to get in front of new faces. So let's talk about some of those strategies and how you can leverage digital marketing tools to not be as reliant on that social media algorithm. So before I dive in to the 7 strategies, a little bit of a plug. We are having an incredible free workshop next week. You can save your seat at moderndirectseller.com/workshop. That workshop is all about how to build your brand beyond social media. So we're talking personal branding, we're talking a little bit about websites, we're talking a little bit about email marketing, those digital marketing tools that we absolutely love. So I'd love to see you there next week. You can consider this episode a little bit of a teaser of what you're going to experience next week at the workshop. So make sure you save your seat for that. So let's dive into number one. Number one is referrals and word of mouth magic. So the reason why I love this one so much is for those of us that kind of grew up in traditional party plan companies, we were reliant on a hostess, and our host or hostess would invite their friends, family, followers, their network to attend the party, right? So another code word for that would be they were a referral partner for us. They leveraged word of mouth to tell other people what we were up to in our direct sales business. So if you're feeling like parties aren't quite going your way and you don't have people knocking down your door asking for a party, I would love for you to switch your mindset on what that actually looks like. It really looks like having a strong referral system in place. And I've talked about referrals here on the podcast before and done some training on this, but I love thinking about referrals as a win-win-win. So it has to be a win for your new customer. It has to be a win for the customer that's referring you the business. And of course, it has to be a win for you. Now, some companies have really invested in the tools and systems to provide you with a referral program that is built into your company structure. Sometimes we call this like a, refer a friend, get a $10 coupon. You see this on a lot of sites, right? They'll give you a link, you become a referral partner. So your company may have something that is already baked in to your organization. If that's the case, fantastic. Let's tap into that. Let's promote that. Let's market that. Let's put that out there as a tool to bring in new leads for you. Now, you may not have something as structured. In fact, I think most companies don't have a structured referral plan in place, but that doesn't mean that you don't get to have a referral program. This is an opportunity for you, as the amazing direct seller you are, to create and promote a referral program. We know that most customers that come into our business are not just shopping with us once. They're probably coming back 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even more times per year. So we know that it's worth a little bit of an investment up front to acquire that new customer. So a referral program is an incredible way to get new leads. So here's how I would set that up if I was starting from scratch. I would lean into my website, preferably Oh My Hi. I know we're a little biased over here, but I would set up a very simple web page that explains your referral program. It lets you know what you get when you refer someone. It lets that new person know what they get. And if you want to just test the waters here, you don't have to commit to this referral program for the lifetime of your business. You can simply say, hey, I'm trying this for the next 3 months or the first couple months of 2025, right? So you can decide how you want to set this up, but you want to make it really, really clear on how you like to receive referrals. And whenever I talk referrals, I can't help but to think about all of my friends in real estate that always say, do you know anyone that's looking to buy or sell a home? It's that quick and easy. Do you know anyone else that would love this product? Do you know anyone else that might be interested in earning some extra income? Whatever that might be for you and your business, we want to set up a simple page with information and give them a place to send those referrals. So a great way to do that is adding a web form onto a landing page that says, who do you know that would be interested in this business? I'd love to send them a sample. I'd love to send them a catalog. I'd love to connect with them and let them put other referrals information into that form. Now, if you want to be a little bit more low tech, you can definitely just encourage them to introduce you to that person via email or a social message or a text. And then you can track back when they place that first order. That's when you're going to reward them with a little something for giving you a new referral. And you can decide what that benefit looks like to them. It might be free shipping on their next order. It might be $5 off their next order of $25. It might be a little bonus gift or a handwritten thank you card with a little gift card enclosed. Something like that that really shows your appreciation, but also treats that new customer. Now, some companies have first-time customer programs. And if your company is offering 10% off a customer's first order, that right there is, again, baked into your company's benefits. So tap into that. You don't have to create something from scratch as a benefit to that new customer as well. The perk could be literally that they're getting that discount that your company is offering because your company also knows the value of bringing in a new customer. So lead strategy number 1, referrals and word of mouth, right? Encourage your customers to share your business with their network and feed you leads. And so you can reach out to them, nurture those leads, and turn those leads into customers. All right, number 2 strategy for getting new leads outside of social media would be attending local networking events and meetups. And this is an interesting one because I know many people in direct sales are like, hey, I jumped into direct sales because I don't have to go out and do things in person. But I am noticing a comeback trend of people really loving to connect in person. And business people love going to networking events, swapping out business cards, sharing information, connecting with them on LinkedIn afterwards, sending a text to follow up. So they're used to putting themselves out there and helping each other out when it comes to finding leads. So if you've never stepped into a networking event before or gone to a local meetup that might include your target audience, I would encourage you to do that. And when you're there, it's not just to sell them on your thing, of course. It is showing genuine interest in what they do, learning from them. And then when the time is right, of course, you can share more about your business or follow up with that information. But a great place to send them from a local networking event or meetup would be a quick landing page or web page for them to find out more about you. So that's pretty typical. You don't want to send them to your company replicated site. They're just going to get lost in the shuffle and they're not actually going to get to know you. They're only going to hear about the products that you're selling. So again, leveraging that website, that digital tool as a way that you can direct traffic to those in-person networking local meetups for them to learn more and stay connected to you after that event is a great strategy to bring in new leads. All right, number 3, I love this one. I think it's so on trend for where we're at here this year. And as we're rolling into next year, I'm seeing this happening more and more and more. But think about how you can collaborate with complementary brands to bring in more leads. So think about who you share an audience with, right? So let's say that you're in skincare and you find someone that runs a wellness center and you're collaborating with them to share their wellness center with your audience and they're sharing your incredible skincare with their audience. That is a perfect one. Let's talk about jewelry. Let's say that you are in the jewelry business and you are looking to collaborate. Who are you going to collaborate with? How about a boutique owner? You could bring your jewelry line into their business, pop up there, and that's going to complement the clothing that they already have in their boutique, and vice versa. You're going to bring traffic into the store for them. So think about other groups, and it could be in direct sales, it could be out of direct sales, that have a complementary audience as you, but don't sell a competing product. So you might want to think about teaming up with another local business owner when you're collaborating, and you can do this in person or you can do this virtually. If you even do a joint live video with another brand, you're going to get in front of their audience. Hello, new leads, right? So when you do that, make sure you have a very clear call to action about how they can learn more about what you do. That might be sending them, telling them to send you a DM, right? That's one way to do it. Or you could highlight them and send them to a dedicated landing page to learn more about what you do and how you serve their audience. Now, We do collabs all the time. I love collaborating with ScentShare, for example. ScentShare is super complementary to what we do. It's a different platform, it's a different system, it's a tech tool, and we have training. We go hand in hand, right? That's a great collaboration for us. I also think about other people that I bring in to do guest masterclasses for our Modern Direct Seller Academy. That's a collaboration. I am introducing my audience to them, right? And it's a benefit to our community because we're learning from an expert. What do they get in return? An opportunity at the end to say, hey, if you want to follow me, if you want to connect, if you want to download my freebie, if you want to check out what I have to offer, or maybe take advantage of a special deal I'm giving this group in particular, you can go here to do that. So when you're thinking about collaborations, the number one key to make sure that they're successful is that you're very clear on what they need to do next. So come learn more over at moderndirectseller.com/ScentShare, or whatever that might be, right? So you want to have a clear place to send people where they can learn more about you or any kind of special or freebie that you're offering. So again, that website is a great place to begin so you can capture those leads from these collaborations that you're working really hard to create. Okay, number 4 is content marketing. And I honestly think we don't quite talk about this enough. As a direct seller, you are pumping out content each and every day. You might not realize it, but all of that amazing content that you're putting out on social media is content that you can repurpose in different ways. Now, when we think about content marketing, a great place to send people to would be a blog post. That blog post could feature a specific product, it could feature how-tos, but really it establishes your credibility, which is huge, right? If you're selling makeup, sending them to a landing page that gives an in-depth tutorial on how to apply a highlighter is going to establish your credibility, let them get to know you better, and deliver some long-form content that's going to help you bring in new leads. So maybe on that landing page or that blog post about that highlighter or whatever it might be, there is an opt-in at the end of that where they could download your full skincare routine and guide. And that content you're creating is going to bring people to that webpage. They're going to see the opportunity to learn more. They're going to opt in with their name, their email address, and then you're going to be able to nurture those leads. That is lead gen right there from content marketing. So when you're creating content specifically for a blog or a website, make sure that you're clear on what you want them to do next. I'm sure there is a link to go purchase that highlighter so they can click right there and they can purchase it, but we can also link to something that is going to take them along this journey with you. And oftentimes that's a freebie, a download, something along those lines. So content marketing is huge. Again, that visibility that you're going to get from creating blog posts and long form content is going to increase over time. In fact, to the point that you might be like, oh, I got to go back and update some of my old stuff. That's where we're at right now, is I'll find something I created a long time ago that's getting a lot of traction and visibility and have to go back and make some updates to make sure it's relevant and my call to action is still the right action I want them to take. But how beautiful is it that that content is going to continue to perform over the long haul? All right, number 5, this is a great way to generate some new leads. I am a big fan of sample requests or opt-ins to learn more about the business opportunity. So we've already talked a little bit about freebies and opt-ins like checklists or guides or workbooks or downloads that really address a pain point a customer is having as a way to bring in a new lead online. But let's also think about what you have that is built into your business that people want. Number 1, if you have a company that offers samples, everyone wants a sample. I promise you. Samples, samples, samples. Everyone loves a good sample. So I would set up a form, a sample request form on your site. This is a great call to action, even coming off of social media for people to learn more about your business, but a great follow-up for those people that you're meeting at networking events or that you're connecting with in different spaces to say, oh, by the way, if you want a sample, head over to my site, moderndirectseller.com/sample, and we will take good care of you and I'll drop something out into the mail for you. That is a great call to action and a great way to secure a new lead because you need their name, you need their address, you need their email address, you need their phone number, and now you have that built into your system so you can nurture that lead and take care of someone. So a sample request is one angle. Another angle you might want to take if you're building a team would be an opt-in to learn more about the business opportunity. And this could be the 10 most asked questions about the business, or your honest opinion and review of whatever company you're with, right? They want to know the skinny. They do. They want to know what you think about the business opportunity. So you can have a page that talks a little bit about the business, what you love about it, all the benefits, why you'd want to join. And then you can also have a form where you can capture those hot leads that are exploring the business opportunity to get a quick video from you sharing a review of the comp plan or sharing a deep dive into what's included in the starter collection or kit, right? So think about what that might look like, what people would really want to know when it comes to the business, and use that as another way to collect leads that, of course, you're going to move into potentially new team members, which are highly valuable leads, right? Okay, number 6, another strategy for you outside of social media to bring in new leads. I want to challenge you to test out hosting a scroll party. Now, this might be a new term for you. I've done some training on this, but I haven't talked about it a whole lot publicly here on the podcast. But if you are in the party plan business or used to running a party workshop experience event for your customers to learn more about the products you offer, this may be a new spin on it that you can have a lot of fun with. So we know not everyone's on social media, and even if they are on social media, they're not seeing all of our content. So take your party script and throw that up on a webpage. Allow people to RSVP to the scroll party on an RSVP page. So you'd invite people personally like you're used to. They'd go to a web page. They'd fill out a form to say that they would like to attend. Once they submit that form, it redirects to a scroll and shop party. This is essentially your party that you are used to doing over on Facebook, but they can just see that in a web page, and they can scroll on their own time, get the information that they need. You could even take them down different paths and get really creative with this. But the idea here is they're opting in. You're getting a new lead with the form. So say they're inviting a friend, their sister, their mom, their bestie, or they're a traditional host and they're inviting their friends, their network, their family, their followers. They send them to the form. Ding, 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 you have a new lead to follow up with. And that's exactly how I would treat that. I know sometimes we spend our time after parties chasing people down for orders. How good would it feel is if you started that process when, as soon as you got that RSVP, they get an automatic email thanking them for their RSVP, letting them know how to access the event and how to scroll and shop, right? Then you follow up with a quick text message welcoming them, asking if they need any product recommendations or if you can direct them to something specific from the get-go. So you are nurturing that lead from the time that lead lands on your website all the way through this scroll and shop event. And this is truly the only way it works. If you just send people to a landing page, that's great too. But they're not going to get the same level of one-on-one support and that magic that you have as a direct seller unless you're having a sideline one-on-one conversation with them. So the RSVP form on the front end is a great way to make sure people are getting in the door, taking those leads, nurturing them along throughout that scroll and shop, and then of course letting them know there's some kind of deadline. So I love this as an alternative to Facebook parties. I don't know about you all, but I think they're getting a little stale and a little bit dated. It's not how I prefer to shop. It's not how most of my friends prefer to shop. So let's switch things up and take the good, the things that we love about it, somebody guiding us through the catalog and the products and sharing the benefits and an inside peek of those products, but take that outside of social media and still use it as a lead generator. So we know not everyone's going to shop right then, but we're going to generate those leads on the front end. We're going to continue to nurture those leads, especially leveraging those automation tools that we have in our email marketing system or our CRM. So next up is number 7. So number 7 is really around direct outreach with personalized messages. So we know how important it is to have that one-on-one conversation. And once we've opened up that conversation, which usually starts on social, we want to move it outside of social. So maybe your lead generating is happening on Instagram or on TikTok, but your call to action once you're in a direct message with someone is to fill out the request for a sample or a catalog or learn more about the business opportunity or RSVP for that event. So we're still leveraging social media, but we're not being reliant on it because the conversations might be starting on social, but the lead generation is happening on your own site. So this is a great way to kind of move people through your sales funnel, to move them into a warmer lead, to get to know them a little bit better, and then of course, offer some amazing product or business opportunity that they're going to want to learn more about. So don't be shy about those direct messages. I definitely think they're effective. We know that one-on-one is really important, but we don't want them to get stuck in our message inbox, right? Where the only place we're connecting with them is on social. They're stuck in there forever. They get lost in a huge list of other messages. They're probably somewhere on a follow-up list or on a to-do list or a sticky note on your desk. But we really want to be systematic about moving that direct outreach over on social into a conversation and a sales funnel off of social. So this is a really great way to connect with new people and be intentional and really take control over those new leads that you're bringing in. In fact, I know a couple of our Academy VIP members are working to add to their email list before the year is over. And they have some big goals on how many people they're looking to add to their list. This would be perfect to connect with people that were previously in a VIP customer group or maybe following you on your personal page and saying, hey, I'm updating all my contacts for 2025. I'd love to make sure I have all your information. As a thank you, I'd send you a sample. Here's the link. Can you go add your information in for me? Yeah. Or maybe you're kicking off a birthday club or something fun to spoil people starting in the new year. That's another great excuse to get people over to your site to fill out information, add that lead into your system for you, and grow that email list as well. So you can kind of think about that one from a couple of different angles, but you probably have people following you on social that are not connected with you outside of social. That is the group of people that I'd really focus on to bring along with you in this journey over through your website or your email marketing system. Okay, we covered a lot here today. Again, I want to encourage you to think about how to generate more leads beyond social media. We don't want to be reliant on social being the only place for us to generate leads, connect with leads, nurture leads. We need to have other systems in place, especially as we're rolling into 2025. Systems is a trend that you're going to hear a lot of direct sellers talking about. How do I lean into more automation in my business? How do I lean into serving my customers better? How do I show up even when I'm asleep? Ooh, that might be a podcast episode for next week that we'll dive into. So I'm so excited for you to dive into this with me on a deeper level over in our workshop, Build Your Personal Brand Beyond Social Media. It is happening next Wednesday, November 13th, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. You can save your seat over at moderndirectseller.com/workshop. We're also going to be unveiling the new and improved updated Oh My Hi, which you heard Jeremy talk about last week here on the podcast. It is going to be your go-to system to set up these lead generation systems. And so you're feeling really confident and set up for success in 2025. Don't wait. I know it's the holiday season. I know things are busy, but I don't want you to wait until next year and it still be on the to-do list. This is something you can knock out, you can get done. And there's some bonuses we're going to be sharing about how we can work with you directly to help you get these systems set up quickly and efficiently so they're working for you in the background, so we can all take a deep breath and enjoy the holiday season together. So with that said, I look forward to being back here next week on the podcast with you. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a lovely afternoon, and I hope to see you next week at our workshop. All right, take care, everyone. Make it a great day. We are proud to welcome CintShare as the newest sponsor of the Modern Direct Seller podcast. SynShare is the #1 most trusted social media platform for network marketers, direct sellers, affiliates, independent consultants, virtual assistants, small businesses, and creators in any industry. Start your 30-day trial today with coupon code GAMECHANGER and spend less time posting and more time socializing.